What is going on, fellow assemblers, and welcome to this here episode of Aaron Assembles. Today is just a little status update on the Fallout 4 power armor. I haven't really done too much aside from printing the chest piece. Chest, torso, back. It's pretty much everything from the waist up. And also I have started hardening just the toe right now, just 3 pieces. So I'll show you guys that and see how that's going. That seeing as today is such a crappy day that I would come outside and start working on some of my pieces that I'd like to get hardened up. I got the pieces here, got some material I'm going to show you kind of what I do and what to use and what works best for me. It may not work good for you, but maybe it will, who knows. So I've got my material pile here, just got a bunch of different stuff. Got your basic fiberglass resin here, got a couple cases of that. I'm gonna go through a lot of it on this project, but definitely gonna need more than 2. But just got them for now. Got some hardener here, a little tube of it. There are actually a couple things of it under the lid here, but I always like to have a little extra just to be safe. Sometimes I go through it, sometimes I don't. Got your mixing cups here, just got a couple of those. Hopefully they'll be reusable, so make it the work best I can. Probably gonna need more, but got 6 for now. Got your gloves here. Hopefully alleviate getting any of that stuff on your hands. We'll see. Acetone to clean up any that does happen to get on my hands here. Got some chip brushes here, 2-inch size, Harbor Freight, 10 bucks for a 36 pack. Cheapest around, so just pick up a bunch. Gonna go through them. Gonna use one every time you mix a batch pretty much, because it'll just dry up the bristles. So got a mask here, respirator, definitely gonna need that. This stuff's definitely harmful, so you always want to wear one of those. And got some Bondo here, 2 cases of that. That'll be for the next stage, to harden the inside, hopefully. We'll see how that works out. I'm gonna start by getting things ready to go. Got my 3 pieces here, gonna get everything going here. So I figure I just want to say that these masks don't really work 100% with a beard. Particles can still get in through the mask with your beard. It's better with a clean shaven face, but I'm not going to shave my beard for this. You crazy? Alright, now I'm just going to go in for a bit, wait for those to dry, and come back out and take a look at them, see how they're good, how they are. So I've given these pieces quite a bit of time to dry, probably a few hours I would say. They are still a little bit tacky, so I'm going to give them probably the night to dry. It is a little cooler here, so you definitely want some heat with this stuff, but I do not have that. I could have put in a little bit of resin to help speed that up, but not a big deal. There's a few imperfections here. You got a little bit of buildup here and here. You got the drip there. You got some runs there, but that's always fixable in the finishing stage. Next step is going to be to mix up some fiberglass resin and some body filler into a slurry called Rondo. You just mix them both up separately with their hardeners, and then you mix them together, and then it creates a slurry, so to speak, and then you just pour it inside the piece. And then you kind of, turn the piece around to coat the inside. My plan is to probably make most of this solid, as it's going to be holding some weight. I'm going to make in here all solid, the whole bottom of the heel, just because that's going to be a strength point that I need. This is going to be holding up probably around 300 pounds, I would say, myself, the rest of the frame, and the armor included, hopefully. But we'll see. I still got to work that stuff out, but this is all for the first step of hardening these. Can't really do any more right now till those are 100% dry, because I need to cut open this piece and I need to cut open the toe, probably up top here, in order to even pour anything into those rondo wise. One thing I do like to do is I like to let the brush here dry inside of there. That way I can just, you know, break the seal there so that the resin doesn't stick to the cup, and just pull it all on out when it's, you know, dry, and that way I can reuse that cup. So I've let these dry overnight. They are pretty good. There's a few little spots that are still a little sticky here, probably due to my inability to wait and stir that long enough last night. That's okay though. Not a big deal. But anyways, I'm going to move on to stage 2 and do the resin Bondo body filler mixture and give that a go. So here that goes. So gotten a decent coat in there, so I'm gonna just let that dry. It takes several hours. Pretty much you go by the time for the Bondo, because that batch I made was mostly Bondo. It wasn't too much resin, but got a decent coat in there, as you can see. I didn't get any in the back of the heel yet. I'm gonna save that because that's just gonna be most likely completely solid. But I got the bottom part down here. Looks all right. You know, up top, it's a thin coat, so I'll do multiple coats as I fill the heel in the bottom. Not a big deal. So give it a couple hours to dry, come out and check on it and see what it looks like. Should be pretty hard by then. Definitely not hard enough to stand on, but a couple more coats will do that. But yeah, so we'll give it some time. So it's been a couple hours since I put the Rondo in there, and it's dry, so that's good. It's still got a little softness to it in some spots. Other spots are, you know, pretty good. I'm definitely doing several coats in there just because I wanted a little more solid than it is. It's still got some squish to it, but pretty good. The bottom of the heel did kind of bubble out there a little bit, but not a big deal. I'll end up just sanding this edge here completely flat. Doesn't matter if I go through once the Rondo's on there. So that'll be that. I'm gonna mix up another batch here, toss some more in there, and I'm actually gonna toss some in this piece of the middle part of the foot. The reason I did not resin this was because I'm actually going to cut this piece off. It's gonna be most likely a piece of foam, I'm thinking. In the game, it kind of looks like it's like a silicone rubberized piece that kind of goes on top of the foot here and kind of, I feel like, flexes a little with the foot. So I'm gonna make it out of foam, and there's gonna be some kind of rigid steel contraption that comes out of this through here and goes into the toe piece. And pretty much this will just be for show, the foam piece, but I'm going to put some Rondo in here to harden this up so that way I can cut this off and this stays where it should be. So that's the plan as of right now, so I'll get to it. See, the Bondo itself is already starting to harden. Stuff doesn't take long to harden. The resin will take a little bit longer, but the Rondo itself takes probably half the amount of time that it would. Should be dry in another couple hours. Come out and check on it, see how good it is. So I got a good coat in this piece right here. Started leaking a little into this part, but not a big deal. I'm gonna harden that at some point anyway, but I just kind of wanted to focus on this piece here so I can cut this off. But a couple hours should be good to go. This one got a nice coat in there. You can see, kind of pooled up there, which is fine. I'd like to have this piece right here, this piece here, be a little harder, just because that's going to be focal point. But a couple more coats, and then we'll see how this goes and see how nice and sturdy this part is here, and then I'll focus on filling in the bottom part here and the whole heel. That'll be next.